90. Let us just look and see if we can use the approach that we really say it's helping us a lot to answer this question also. It comes from a March paper 3. Your teachers will assist you to get hold of this kind of a question again. With all that we have reminded ourselves about, from grade 8, I want to emphasize parallel lines, very important. From grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, all that information, all that knowledge, we needed to answer these grade 12 papers. This is also a grade 12 paper. And you will see that when you answer this grade 12 paper, we need to have all that information that we are taught from grade 8, 9, 10, 11. It becomes very, very important. I want to overemphasize the knowledge, our knowledge about parallel lines. Once you see parallel lines, what comes to our mind? Alternating angles are equal, corresponding angles are equal, co-interior angles are supplementary. When you add them, they are supplementary. Good. Let's look at this diagram. I'm sure you're already looking at it. And there's a question there. This actually comes from this question paper. Here is question 10 in the question paper. This is the diagram we are talking about. Can you see the diagram there? That is the diagram we are talking about here. But we are not going to rush to answer questions. We are not going to do that. It's necessary for us to look at the diagram first to also make our markings with different colors we set. Use a pencil, use any other color, the crayon. When you answer this question, a pencil, different colors, crayons, to make markings on the diagram here, so that before you answer questions, at least the diagram can assist you. Let's look at what the question says. The question says, two circles touch each other at a point A. You see the small circle and the big circle. The smaller circle passes through 0. It's important and necessary that we are told that there is 0. And when we have 0, the center of the large circle. Very important. Look, I'm underlining it. 0 is the center of the large circle. And already when they say the center of the large circle, already if it says like that, then we know that we need to be aware of other things about the center of the circle. Good. Point E is on the circumference of the smaller circle. Point E is on the circumference. Very important. We are told E is on the circumference. A, D, B, and C are points on the circumference. I want to underline of the larger circle. A, B, C, D, they are on the circumference. And this is the center. If that is the case, the center here and C, B are on the circumference. It means this line is what? A diameter. Why? Because C and B are on the circle. It means that line becomes what? A diameter. And therefore it means this angle here becomes how much? 90 degrees. Do you allow me to do that? If we are told that C and B, they are on the circumference, they are on the circle. If they are on the circle, this line becomes a diameter. And once it is a diameter, because it passes through the center, it was written the center, it passes through the center, then the angle there in the semicircle becomes 90 degrees. Angle in semicircle becomes 90 degrees. So I write down here that already here we have angle in semicircle. Semicircle. From the diagram, we don't rush to the questions. We can see that we have angles in the semicircle. Good. Because A, B, C, D are on the circle, again we can actually write here that no. This angle D and angle B are equal. So we have angles in the same segment. Angles in same segment of the circle. I write down here that first we have angle in the semicircle, 90 degrees. Here it is. It's a 90 degree here semicircle. Second, we have angles in what? In the same segment of the circle. And we can also look at these two angles. Look at angle A3. Angle A3 is the same as angle CY. Look at the two angles. Look at those two angles. Remember that theorem that we talked about, that if I just need to do a rough sketch, this angle and that angle are equal. Remember that theorem. looked at angle A3 and angle C1. Those two theorems are positioned the same way. Angle B must be equal to angle D. They are also angles in the same segment. Are you happy about that? Because we are told that AD, B, C are on the second. We are told here OE is parallel to CA. Here OE is, if we get parallel, then we know that this angle must be equal to that angle. Why? They are alternating angles. Are you happy with that? They are alternating angles. I did a different marking. We can use a different color. This angle here and this angle there, they are equal because they are alternating angles. But look at this angle here, 90 degrees. It must be equal to this angle here also. What? 90 degrees. Why? Because they are corresponding angles. Parallel lines, these two angles are what? Corresponding angles. If this one is 90 degrees, angle E1 must also be 90 degrees. Do you remember that now? This, so we have alternating angles because AC is parallel to OE. We have corresponding angles because AC is parallel to OE. These are the things that we are picking up from the diagram. Alternating angles, corresponding angles, we are picking them up there. Now, if this is 90 degrees, remember the theorem says from the center to a chord. If this is 90 degrees, then this side must be equal to that side. I may use a different color here. This side must be equal to that side. Remember the theorem we talked about the chord and the center? Do you remember that theorem? If this is 90 degrees, the line drawn from the center of the circle perpendicular to the chord. Once it is perpendicular, then it bisects the chord. So that's what we have there. Then it bisects perpendicular, then it means it bisects the chord. I think we can write it down there. Line from center perpendicular to chord. So we have, those are the things that we pick up from the diagram here. Line from center perpendicular to the chord and so forth. Now once we have done this marking here, you see this angle is equal to that angle, this angle is equal to that angle, this is 90, that is 90. We have the reasons here, remember? We have the reasons there. This is equal to that because it is perpendicular to the chord, so it bisects the chords. This one is equal to that one because they are alternating angles, the lines are parallel. These two are equal because of corresponding angles. Diameter give us 90 degrees there, so it's 90 degrees there. You see what we have done there. Now we can look at the question and see. Now we have looked at our diagram. What is the first question? Prove with reasons that AE is equals to BE. Prove with reasons that AE is equals to BE. Now it becomes easy for us to prove that AE is equals to BE because already here we have noted that the two are equal. Now what do we do now? We can write there now that to prove with reasons that the two are equal, we can write now that angle CAB, angle CAB is equals to 90 degrees. Why do we say that? Because angle in semicircle, angle in semicircle. Do you agree with me? This angle here is 90 degrees. It is the angle in the semicircle. It is subtended by the diameter. So it is 90 degrees. Good. After saying that, we can continue and say angle E1 will also be equals to angle CAB, which is equal to 90 degrees. Why do we say angle E1? This one is 90 degrees. Why do we say angle E1 is equal to 90 degrees? Because they are corresponding angles. AC is parallel to OE. Do you remember that? Corresponding angles, AE is parallel to OE. If now this one is 90 degrees, therefore we can write that AE will be equals to BE. Why do we say that? Line. We can write now the reason there that line from center perpendicular to chord. Perpendicular, why? Because we have seen that it is 90 degrees because of this perpendicular to chord. Now it becomes easy for us because now we have done our marking. We just need to write the reasons there as number 1. So it becomes easy, a bit easy for us to respond to the question. The next question says, prove that the triangle AED is similar to triangle CED. Prove that the triangle AED is similar. AED. Here is the triangle. Look at the color I'm using here. Triangle AED. Here is the triangle AED. That triangle AED. Do you see the triangle? The question says it is similar to triangle. Let's check triangle CEB. CEB. Triangle CEB. These are a triangle. Those two triangles are similar. Show that the two triangles are similar. This triangle and that triangle show that they are similar. What do you do? I mean, this angle is equal to that angle. The reason angles in the same segment. This angle is equal to that angle. Angles in the same segment. These two angles are vertically opposite angles. So the triangles are similar to each other. So you go on and on to answer your questions. It becomes much easier. But please look at the diagram, understand the given information, see that given information on the diagram here, and do the markings of the angles which are equal, and then it becomes easy for you to answer the questions. I said it's a 2010 March paper 3 question paper. Please get it from your teachers. Go through this exercise and complete all the other questions. It becomes much better for you to do that when you answer this kind of questions. But the parallel lines becomes very important. The triangles, isosceles triangle. What do you know? Congruent triangle, it must be two triangles. Similar triangles, it must be two triangles. And so forth and so forth. Please make time to work on these exercises, but make your markings on the diagram here. It's important. It will help you to answer the questions easy. The given information, the diagram, when you go to the questions, it becomes easy for you to do that. Thank you very much and everything of the best. Bye.